first of all, thank you for agreeing to meet with us and to discuss the Pictomic solutions and how you use it.
For sure.
So the first question is, can you introduce yourself and your business and maybe talk a little bit about the type of products you are shooting and for how long have you been doing this?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Tallin Johnson. I'm the co-founder of Refit Eyewear. We've been in business for about 2.5 years. Our mission is to essentially keep good eyewear out of the landfill. So a lot of our products are pre-owned, or it's like um, eyewear that's maybe been at a retail location and is no longer being sold. So we'll take that eyewear, we'll refurbish it, and then we will list that for sale on our website and different channels. And yeah, we've been doing this for about 2.5 years, and so um, all of our basically photography is built around being able to quickly take photos of a specific item and then get it listed. So as such, we have like a pretty high volume need
Yeah.
of eyewear. This past year, we were doing about 100 new items on our website per week, and this year we've kind of moved it up to 200, and we're trying to scale that up to 500 by the end of the year. So we've had like a really big need for an automated solution to where we can take photos quickly, and that's kind of where Pictomic came in, and happy to kind of dive into it as we go through the conversation.
Oh, lovely. Okay. And did you mention your website? Because I want to make sure people can see the products that you generate and the photos you shoot.
Yeah, so our website is refiteyewear.com,
Okay.
and we have a bunch of our photos up there, so you can go check them out and see kind of how they've turned out. I would say that as we adopted the Pictomic solution back in I think November, so we've been using it now for over 6 months, and I'm not. I have some photography background. My background's actually in marketing, and so I have kind of a background in like visuals and graphic design
Mhm.
and whatnot. So I have some experience, but over the last 2.5 years, I've really picked up on photography, and implementing the Pictomic solutions has been super helpful for me, as my background hasn't been in photography. So it's been really easy to pick up and implement. So.
That's nice. That's the nice visual feedback, right? When you adjust the parameters is very helpful.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
So
So
what was your workflow before Visere Captura?
yeah, so before like we've essentially had one of those like little light box studios that we got on like Amazon, and we had a um just a Nikon camera that we would go in, and but I was kind of manually like I would take like one photo and then I'd switch the position and take another one, and then switch the position and take another one, and it was good. Like people said like, oh yeah, your photos are good, but I feel like one of the things that I didn't love about it was that we didn't have like the fully in-depth photos where we're in the front. We could essentially like it would be focused in and in the back, and that was one of the things that we really liked about your solution, is that we could go in and take those photos and have like all the different angles be in focus. So.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Okay.
Okay.
And so when did you start looking for a solution? I guess at what point did you say, okay, enough of this manual, I need to look for solutions?
Yeah, so I would say towards the end of last year, maybe like September, October, we looked at, a few different competitors, and like there were a lot of solutions that were really expensive, and we're a smaller company, so we didn't have like the budget for like a commercial, grade, $50,000 setup or something like that. And
Right.
um, we looked at a couple of other like um, economical solutions on Amazon, and we even bought one, and it was supposed to be this like turntable that like automatically took the photos for you, but it didn't do like a very good job. And then
Mhm.
we found you guys, which was like it was commercial grade, but the budget was within our budget, and perfect, the perfect solution for what we were looking for. So,
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
and specifically what we really liked, kind of going back to like the all-in focus, the feature that you guys have with the focus stacking and being able, you have like a focus stacking plugin where we can basically, take one angle of a specific photo, and then like take 3 or 4 or 5 different kind of depths of that photo, and then have it be in focus across the entire image.
Hmm.
Even some of like the more expensive solutions that we looked at didn't have that.
Hmm.
Which was like, no, we definitely want the focus stacking solution. So I would say that you guys have provided not even like a better value for like our business, but like I think a better end product at a much cheaper price point, which was awesome for us.
That's fantastic to hear. And what, if you can mention the camera that you're using and what lens are you using to shoot these products?
Yeah, so we actually have two different cameras set up because we have right now we have two different turntables that we purchased from you guys. So one of them is the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, and then this one is the um, R8, I think. So they're both
Uh-huh.
Canon cameras. Um, and we're using essentially, I think it's like 1,000. I have to go back and maybe it's 105. No, it's 105 millimeter um, lens that we can go in and do like really close up photos of the
Macro lens. It's a macro
macro
lens.
lens.
Yeah,
Exactly.
okay. Well, that's really nice. Okay, so with that focus stacking really becomes important. And you take close-ups of the product, I assume, to capture fine details.
Exactly. That's one of the
Mhm.
things that we really like is that with the focus stacking kind of together with the macro lens, like we're able to zoom in on like the entire any photo that we take, we're able to zoom into any product and get like really in-depth detail.
Mhm.
That's important for us because a lot of our products they're in good condition, some of them are very good, and some of them are new. But on some of like the used products that we're listing, we want to be able to show in-depth details on the products, and so that's important for us. And that again was one of the reasons that we moved with you guys.
Mhm. So can you, curious a little bit, you've given us an overall perspective of the background, the solutions, but can you walk us through your current workflow? I guess you're using the Silver Series turntable, correct? Is it the large or the medium or the XL, Silver XL? I don't recall which one you
Yeah,
guys have.
so we have the silver large.
The Silver
Uh,
Large, okay. And are you
and
using the risers with it?
yeah, we're using the risers, which has been really helpful because it's been able to create like the shadowless photos, and so
Hmm.
um, yeah, so our workflow essentially, right now, like I mentioned, we're listing about 200 products per week, so that breaks down to um, about 40 to 50 products per day, depending on just kind of how many we work through. But so that's like quite a few. So our workflow basically goes to we'll have like a group of 40 to 50 products that we're trying to take photos for. Um, we have two of the different turntables set up with like the two different cameras.
Hmm.
And so we have like two different computers that are running uh, the Visere Captura right now. And we take 5 photos of each product.
Hmm.
Basically, it's just kind of like a 0 degree, a 45 degree, then a 90 degree, then a 180, and a 270. So we're using the turntable to do those 5 photos. But then within each photo, we do the focus stacking. So we have 5 photos that are getting focus stacked within each angle. So it's really 25 photos per product, but it breaks down into the 5 focus stacked photos. Um, and then I'd say each product probably takes anywhere probably like around like 4 minutes to do the 25 photos, and for the software to process. It's really quick once the photos are taken. It'll take the 5 photos at the 5 angles at the 5 different depths. It'll focus stack them and kind of compress them down into the one photo. One thing that I really like is that it automatically does this. So I think there is the feature that you can manually go in and kind of
Hmm.
compress them down, but you guys have everything automated to where like it just takes the 5 photos and it literally does the focus stacking for me, provides me with the one image, which is ultimately what I want, and then it switched
Hmm.
to the next angle and does that. And so for
Hmm.
me, what I've been doing is like I'll set up on the one computer, um, the product that I want the 360 turn with the focus stacking turned on. I'll start that, then I'll turn the other one on, or I'll set the other one up, get it all centered, set that up, and then turn that one on, and then kind of by the time that first one is done, I can go in and set up the other one while the other one is finishing. So it's given me like a really easy way to get through photos like super quickly, and then like just commercial grade end result where I'm able to have focus stacked images that give me the exact end result that I wanted.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. And some of these results are on your website, right? Again,
Yeah,
refiteyewear.com. So we'll have people look at
exactly.
it.
Yeah, refiteyewear.com. You can go check it out. We can also, if you want to go on and take a look, we can look at a few of
Yeah.
those as well. So.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that. Okay, that's fantastic. And I know we went back and forth a little bit with some questions on the dynamic save. In particular on the dynamic save tool. Are you using multiple profiles or is it one profile? How does that work for you?
Yeah, so as of right now, we've just been using one profile since all of our products essentially, they're the same size, well, same general size. Um, they're all like either eyeglass frames or they're sunglasses, and so they're all kind of that same size. Um, and so luckily, it's been really automated for us to where we have it set up to where we have a folder connected automatically into Visere Captura. So once we are done with a specific like our 5 photos and those have been focus stacked, we'll just select all 5 photos. We'll use your batch save feature, and then just save them automatically to. We have essentially all of our folders. We create folders for all of our SKUs, and then we just save the photos into those SKU
Mhm.
folders, so we know exactly which photos go to which SKU that we created.
I see. Do you guys use the background removal pro at all, or you take the images as they are because you don't want to mess with any of the.
Yes. So we haven't been using the background removal pro. That is something that we've honestly, to be 100% honest, like the photos look so good without having to use the background removal,
That's awesome.
um, that we haven't needed to do that.
Okay.
And the little riser that you have kind of provides the little shadow at the bottom of the, not shadow of the eyewear, but it gives a reflection of the
Hmm.
eyewear, which kind of gives it a premium look.
Hmm.
And so we've kind of liked the photos as is, but we have been kind of been planning to test out the background removal tool, and I know you guys have like the pipeline features, and so we want to test some of
Right.
those things out to see if it can enhance our workflow more. But honestly, the result already as is has been so good that we've been it's worked really well for our workflow.
Hmm. Right, right, right. You guys didn't use a photography studio before to do the pictures. You were always doing it yourselves. It's just that now it's everything is improved and more automated, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. Before we were doing it, I would say a little bit amateur style, and we were looking to make the photos, more professional looking, and that's why we switched over to
Excellent.
Pictomic, and it's definitely we get like literally every single week we get multiple comments on like, wow, you guys have such professional looking photos, so we know that it's working, which is nice.
That's awesome. So how much time do you think are you saving with our solution, with the Pictomic solution?
Sorry, it broke up just a little bit. Can you
I, I
repeat
I
that?
said, yeah, yeah. How much time do you think you're saving with our solution?
Oh
If you could just
man. Yeah, like
ballpark.
yeah, I would say from a time perspective, it's at least been like a 50% reduction in our time. So before, if I would wanted to do 50 products, it might take, um, like 4 hours to do that. But now between like the two setups that I have, I could probably, crank those out in about 2 hours, which has been super nice.
Mhm.
But I'd say in addition to that, like just the quality of the photos and that we've gotten, especially because of like the focus stacking and the the Turn 360, and there's just consistency. Like every single product on our website has the exact same angle, so it like brings a level of professionalism that we didn't have. The reflection of the little riser that we have of the products like adds another element to it. So I'd say that in the reduction of the time that we spent on photos, like it's also significantly increased the quality. So it's been super worth the investment.
Nice, nice. And so, were there any tasks that kind of disappeared from your workflow that now you don't have to worry about it anymore?
Yeah, so before we did do background removal because there was a lot of shadows in our photos, and we kind of have a platform that we used, and they would only give us a certain amount of background credits. So we actually had to like manually import all of our photos into Canva, and they have a background
Mm.
removal tool, and like I had one of my employees that would do that on a daily basis, and it took a significant amount of time. And kind of when I gave you that time estimate before, I wasn't even thinking before about those hours that were spent into that. So it's probably a lot more than the 50%. That was just kind of for the photography time, but the actual editing time has
Mm.
for us gone down to essentially zero because we haven't had to edit any of our photos since then.
Hmm.
And that was probably an additional, 2 to 3 hours per day. So it's been super, super, I guess, time efficient in that sense. And
And
yeah,
cost saving, I assume, right? Because you don't use Canva as much anymore.
exactly. Like cost saving in the sense that I haven't had to pay that employee to do the background removals because they've looked so good. We've been able to increase, and instead I've been able to, increase time in the number of products that we're listing. And that's how we earn our money is like the number of listings that we get on our website, and our different channels. So it's really enhanced us to spur growth, and we have had our biggest growth in our business over the last 6 months, and I attribute that like directly to the amount of products that we've been able to list, which wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Pictomic. So
Wow, that's really wonderful to hear. So we've had a real impact on the business then in terms of so I guess this kind of answers the question a little bit, but what surprised you the most about our solution?
yeah, so um, I would say probably the thing that surprised me the most is that I could get like a commercial grade setup. Literally, I talked to someone else. They gave me a quote around like $50,000, um, on a different competitor, and we were able to get that for, significantly less with you guys. And I feel like the results are just as good, if not better, because they didn't even have focus stacking built into their solution. So yeah, I think that that was probably
So
if
50,000 to maybe 1.22 thousand, that's a huge X factor.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think we on our first I think we spent about $800 on the turntable and around $400 on the Visere Captura. So that's $1,200 right there. Compared to 50,000 or $25,000 that you might get with someone else. So yeah, just I was super surprised that we were able to find that sort of value through you guys. That's why I came back for a second one. And to be honest with you, to scale up to 500 product listings per week, I think we might need to add another one or two in, but it's 100% worth the investment because, like I said, this is directly how we can grow our business.
Right.
And if we're able to get more high quality photos of our products, that allows us to list more products, which ultimately helps our business grow. So,
Well, we're here for you guys. So whenever you want to scale, we're here to help at a very reasonable price too. So.
exactly, exactly.
Now we know you. I know this is a new feature that we are adding, and we are about to release version 6.0. But automation, I know that you were looking at automation, and automation with Visere Captura allows you now to control Visere Captura over HTTP or over WebSockets, and you can just basically run commands in Visere Captura via JSON scripts, and we provide all that in 6.0. I know you haven't yet played with it, or because I just mentioned it to you like a few days ago, and we're about to release it. But are there any automation steps that you are looking forward to automating, if possible, in the future?
Yeah, for sure. So that was something I had reached out to you about, and I would just say, just I want to give a shout out to you and your customer service. I've reached out to you probably 4 or 5 times in the last 6 months, and you've always responded super quickly. You've always been able to give great support. And one of the things I reached out to you was a feature about automating essentially like the saving into one of my folders. So the way that I do it as part of my workflow is, I create a folder for every single one of my SKUs, and I want to be able to just once my photos are completed, that they automatically kind of as part of the pipeline, they get saved into that folder. Right now, we can save it into the folder, but it's just kind of a small manual step where I have to go in and select the right folder, and then click the batch save, and it'll save all the photos into there. But it sounds like with the new rollout that you have, you're going to have that capability where I'll be able to kind of dynamically update the name of that folder based off of the name of the product, which is going to help. I know it's like a small thing, but for me, when I'm looking for like an automated solution to where I basically want to be able to click, you know, take my photos and then like have it be done, and once it's done, move on to the next thing. And so
Right. Like
um,
start it and go and switch to the other workstation maybe, or go to lunch and come back and have it all done.
exactly, exactly. So that's essentially what I'm looking forward to, and I'm really excited. I know we do a ton of automation. Kind of, we use Airtable to manage all of our products, and I use a lot of like Cloud Code and things like that. So I'm excited to be able to use that with Pictomic as well, and potentially add some additional automation that'll make the workflow even better.
Perfect. Perfect. And I will just add this. If somehow there's a feature we don't have yet as part of the automation, we're looking for feedback from customers like you, and we will add it. And yeah, also we published a full API documentation for our new automation. Now we're just introducing it, so I'm sure there will be some quirks and things that we might still have to fix, but we will. And one thing that you can do is take that help file, which is an HTML directory, pass it to Claude or OpenAI and say, here are my API commands, or JSON commands that I can send to the software. Help me out, build a workflow for me. So that's another thing that we are exploring. But keep that in mind as you explore the automation, that you can pass the help file to an AI agent, so that or an AI tool, so that it knows the available commands, and then that can help you prepare some of the scripts, automation scripts.
Awesome. Yeah, very looking forward to that.
Good, good, good. So let me just see here. I guess in the end, it sounds like you've already described it, but I'll ask you again. So would you recommend Visere Captura, and what would you tell someone considering it? That maybe it's looking at this interview and or this case study, and is listening to our discussion.
Yeah, so I would say if you're looking for, a commercial grade photography setup, and even kind of as, I know that professional photographers, they know the photography side. I know automation side, and I know that I was looking to automate product photography. And so, as I looked at multiple solutions. So it wasn't just you guys. I even tried, another one that didn't work out like I hoped it did. And I would just say that if you're looking for a commercial grade, photography solution, um, you guys provide the best value out there. So you guys are economical. You're affordable in the sense that anyone, any business can adopt you. You give excellent customer service. The results speak for themselves. I get tons of comments every week on our photos and how professionally looking that they are. Um, we have we're very high rated, and I think a lot of that goes into the photos that we do. And so yeah, I would just say that like if you're looking for like the highest value solution out there, I think that Pictomic is the best one, and I would definitely recommend you guys check them out. So
Thank you. I like that word value, right? So it's just how what you put in and what you get out, and it's really an honor to hear that you think of us as the highest value. I appreciate that.
yeah.
So I think I don't have anything else to ask you, but I'm just wondering if there's anything that maybe I didn't ask or I should have asked, and if you have just any final thoughts or comments about our products or anything else that you want to add.
Yeah, so I think that my use case has been like very specific to me, but I've looked at your guys' website and I know that you guys, out of what I'm using, I know you guys have a lot of different solutions. You have different sizes of the uh, of the products. You have different. You have like light solutions that I haven't purchased or anything like that, but I've considered and I'm looking at. So I think that there's a holistic. There's pretty much if you're looking for a commercial grade solution, whether it's like very small products or very big products. I know that you guys even have like very large turntables that you can go in there and use it as well. So I'm pretty sure that whatever your solution that you're looking for from an automated photography setup standpoint, you guys are going to be able to help support. You guys give great customer service. And again, I'll just kind of double down on you guys provide the highest value. So, I have friends that run different businesses and that need photography. So as they have a need, I'm definitely going to be recommending you guys to them.
Talon, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I thank you for your time. I know time is very valuable, and you're very busy with shooting so many 500, 200. You're trying to scale to 500. So I really appreciate your time. I thank you so much. I will have your website also listed on the case study so that people can go and look and see. I guess one question is, you guys do the product photography only for your business, right? You're not doing it for other people. Like if someone else wants to come and maybe say, "Hey, help me shoot glasses and things like that." You're not providing a photography service. This is just specific to your business and your workflow, correct?
Yeah, that's right as of right now. I have kind of like I have even thought I was like, man, this would be kind of cool to set up as like a side business, a little photography studio.
Mm.
So again, my background is in marketing. I've been working about 12 years in digital marketing. I own another marketing agency called slopesmarketing.com.
Hmm.
And we have provided photography services for local businesses in that
Okay.
before. So yeah, I could potentially see this like being as kind of like an added service to that type of a business as well, but not something we've done as of yet, but something I've definitely thought about and considered.
I will say, if you are considering that, you are more than welcome to give me the business information that you want to post. And we do have what we call the Pictomic Photographers Network, which is something that we provide free of charge to any customer, existing customer. And you can see it on our website. And that's where our main goal is to just put together with, photography studios with potential customers so that any customer that buys a product or a solution from Pictomic, they have the extra benefit of being exposed and potentially getting clients. And that's really free of charge. The only thing that you have to do is have a Pictomic solution uh, and it's just another way to advertise your business. If you're interested in that, we can follow up after this and give me the information and I'll gladly post it on our website.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely consider that and I'll follow up with you. Yeah.
Okay. Talon, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And again, refiteyewear.com. I will post this in the comments as well so people can come and take a look at your website. Thank you.
Sounds
I
great.
will I
Thank
will
you, Darren. Appreciate
stop
your
the
time.
interview
Have a good one.
now. Thank you. You too. Take care.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.